Hello, I am Mani Malarvannan. In this video, we will look into ISO 222 and crypto, how this standard is being implemented in crypto and what the current status is and what is going to happen in the future, especially in the crypto industry because of this standard. So the first question is, what is ISO 222? So it is a global open standard that was created by a standard community and that is being adopted by multiple different nations. It is not specific to one particular country or one particular company. It is an open standard and it is being adopted for banks, and other financial institutions all over the world. So it doesn't matter where you are in. And nowadays, if you are sending money from one bank to another bank or one person to another person through a financial institution, many companies and many financial institutions are following this standard so that they can able to exchange the information from one system to another system through a standard format. So it is basically a XML. XML is basically an extended markup language where you can say who the sender and who the receiver, all the detailed information, how much money has been transacted, where exactly it is being transacted, all those informations can be encoded within the message. So both the sender and the receiver can understand where the money is coming from, where the money is going, so that they can able to interpret the message that is coming from one system to another system. It's not only for the human readable, it is also machine readable, meaning the computer programs can understand the message and it can interpret and it can able to identify all the informations that are needed. Say, for example, I am sending money from US to India. Typically, in the legacy systems without any standards, the sender needs to send who the person is sending, which account number it is transferring, the amount, and also the bank routing code. There are a lot of details that needs to be sent. And then the receiving bank or receiving financial institution needs to identify all these informations. Before this standard, there is no way to securely communicate these between systems. But now with the ISO 222, it is possible to do that. And the standard is not new. It has been there in the marketplace for quite some time. Now it is getting primal attention in the crypto world, and that's what we are going to learn in this presentation. So some of the challenges of legacy systems is it is fragmented because there are multiple financial institutions all over the world. Even within a single country, there are different financial unions. There is banks, there is credit unions. There are multiple different financial systems, both public and private. So all these systems needs to transfer money, transfer other informations between their systems. So without proper standards, it is very difficult for them to communicate and understand what is being transferred. Either the human being needs to understand, interpret. Sometimes they have to make a call to the sender and understand what exactly they are being sent to make sure that whatever money they received conforms to all the standards. So it is a tedious and error-prone process. And those are all the issues that has the legacy systems. And also it is very difficult for the receiving bank to identify or for other regulated regulation to identify if there is any money laundering is happening. And also knowing the customer, it is very difficult for the both the sender and the receiver to understand the customer who is sending the money, customer informations, and also all other financial details that are needed that the successful transaction can happen. So that's what the main issue with the legacy systems. And now with the new standards, these issues are being solved. So, what are the benefits of ISO 222 in the traditional finance. The first thing is the richer and more structured data. Since the data can be interpreted, for example, if you see a transaction in the XML format, you can able to identify from which bank the transaction happened, the date, time, and also the sender information, account information, routing information, all the informations you can able to identify just by looking at the message structure, message itself. So that is from the human readable form. And also the computer programs that is sending the money and the computer programs from the bank and the bank that is receiving the money in that systems, the computer programs can able to interpret all those data. So it is both human friendly and machine friendly language of transaction. So that is being adapted across the world. So so that both the sender and receiver can understand, and also the financial regulations can be monitored, and each country can able to track their money transaction to make sure that there is no money laundering is happening and all the legal rules are being followed, both the local laws, country laws, and also the international laws. All those laws are being followed during the transaction, and they can able to do it programmatically. It is not that some person is going to go through all the transactions and identify. The computer program can able to identify if all the transactions are properly being happened. So because there are thousands and thousands or millions of transactions are happening every day all over the globe. So there should be a easy way for software systems to identify money laundering, so that the country can able to protect their interest and their citizens. And we'll see the global ISO 222 adoption timeline. It was created in March 2023, and slowly but surely all the countries are started adopting those standard. For example, the SWIFT, that's a major financial institution body that launches a CBPR Plus sometime in March 2023, and that procedure is to start adapting the global ISO 222 standards. And then in the Euro region, so they have both T2 and CHAPS. It went live. That is basically adapting the ISO 222 standard. And then the chips that also went live sometime in April 2024. And because of that, those financial institutions also started following the standard. And then in US, Fedwire started adopting ISO 222 standard March 2025. So that was the time it very recently the US started adopting it, and that is now being a standard followed. And also the Swift decommissions their legacy messages. They are going to decommission their legacy messages sometime in November 2025, because they cannot just like that shut down all the legacy systems. Slowly they need to give time for all the banks and financial institutions to shut down their legacy system, so that all the new future transactions and the new transaction can happen following the global ISO 222 standards. So now coming to the crypto world. So the main reason the crypto community is very enthusiastic about following the standard is the it has been very difficult for crypto to integrate with the traditional finance. What I mean by traditional finance is that within the crypto, customers can able to transact, they can buy, sell crypto within Ethereum, within blockchain. But whenever they want to convert uh, Ethereum blockchain coin to a traditional US dollar or traditional euro dollar, it was very difficult for them to convert it, because there needs to be integration needs to happen between the Ethereum blockchain to the traditional blockchain, either dollar or euro or whatever the country currency they want to transact. Now the crypto community is enthusiastically started incorporating ISO 222 standards in their platforms. So in the future, it should be easy for a customer to send money from Ethereum to other financial institutions so that they can able to convert their Ethereum money, however many tokens they have, into either US dollar or dollar, euro currency. So whatever the currency of transaction they want to transfer. And also it gives the legal framework for crypto community to start adapting to the global standards. See, now this ISO 222 has been part of the global framework across all the countries. Since crypto started integrating their blockchain to follow the standards, especially during the money transfer, then crypto is getting legal framework that is being there for traditional financial systems. So that is going to make more users coming into the crypto world for their regular transactions. That will start happening once the crypto community fully integrates their platform into these standards. And also one of the main complaint in the crypto for the crypto community is there is not easy way for regulation bodies or regulation frameworks to adapt to protect the customer interest by anti-money laundering frameworks and also knowing the customers. Those two are key things that are not easy in crypto. There are legal framework, there are tools are there for federal and state governments to go and monitor all the crypto movements that are happening, but it's not easy. So they need to spend a lot of time and energy to identify bad behavior, bad actors in the crypto and blockchain market. But now once this crypto industry started following the global standards, it is easy for regulation system to monitor and track that all the crypto movements. They can able to monitor the transaction that is happening within the crypto various blockchains and also crypto and traditional blockchains. So there is a link has been created so that the regulation authority can monitor the money movement so that they can protect their country's interest. So, and also since the crypto industry is going to follow the global standard, it gives a more credibility for the people, those who are going to start using the system, start using the crypto for their regular transactions. So more and more people can start trusting the crypto, and the adoption rate will improve within the crypto community. And there are challenges that exist that needs to be identified within the crypto world so that community can start following the ISO 222 standards. The first main thing is the protocols that are in the crypto versus the protocols that are in the traditional financial transactions are not same. So there needs to be a lot of work that needs to happen within the crypto community among all the blockchains, irrespective of Bitcoin or Ethereum, Binance, irrespective of any blockchain, there needs to be a significant development needs to happen so that all the transaction can be can follow the ISO 222 message transaction. So there is a technical adaptation that needs to happen so that the crypto blockchain can able to send money and receive money to the traditional financial systems by following these global standards. And another main thing that the crypto world, crypto community needs to identify is they need to maintain the decentralization challenges that are being there. See, the one main reason of the crypto community started is no single authority can control all those challenges, all those transactions and market. So if you say the Bitcoin, it is not owned by one single entity. It is multiple networks that are operated by multiple different people. That's where that Bitcoin started getting popular. It is no country, no bank can own the Bitcoin. So it is an independent organization, and it is open, and anybody can go and see all the transactions that are happening. So that is a main selling point for cryptocurrencies. That is, so it's because it is decentralization. But once they started following the standard, then the question comes that everybody will be following the standards and there is no decentralization, especially in the transferring of the money, because anybody can able to control how the transaction happens. For example, in the future, ISO 222 comes up with some type of a standard because some government entity or some country is trying to adapt some standards that is not acceptable by the rest of the community in the crypto world. They don't have a choice. They have to adapt to the future standards. So there is a discussion going on within the crypto community between the decentralization versus the centralization in adopting the ISO 222 standards. And also the data storage and volume. One of the main concern in the blockchain community is to how much data they can able to store within the blockchain. See, the blockchain is the global transaction ledger. They want to make sure that the data, whatever they are storing, is bare minimal to record the transaction so that anybody can go and see what happened in the history of the blockchain. Once they started storing the rich XML based transactions, then they needs to have a lot more data they need to store, and that is going to be more expensive. And there are a lot of technical challenges they need to overcome to implement these standards. So, but I believe in the future, more and more new technologies, new innovation will happen, and the crypto community will start following. All the crypto communities, all the blockchain tokens will start following these standards. See, these are all the some of the crypto projects that started incorporating ISO 222 in their blockchain systems. For example, the first one is the Ripple. The Ripple is the main transaction for them is to global payment and settlement. So they started adapting the ISO 222 in their transaction so that they can able to follow the ISO 222 standards. And then the Stellar. So this is basically people are using it for their low cost remittance. So for that, for this Stellar, they also started supporting ISO 222 standards in their message so that the interoperability can happen between different systems, between their Stellar network and other financial institutions. And the XDC network, that's a hybrid blockchain that is being used between companies for their day-to-day tradings. So it bridges basically the financial and blockchain to make sure that they are following the standards. So this XDC network is also started following the ISO 222 standards. And another main blockchain network, they started incorporating ISO 222 is Algorand. See, this Algorand is an institutional grade stable coin that started following it. We have many videos we presented in this channel about the stable coin and the law recently passed in the US for the stable coin. So this Algorand is going to be really popular in the future because of their stablecoin involvement, and they are also following the ISO 222. And then the IOTA, this particular token is specifically for IoT devices, Internet of Devices is basically the device to device communication. For that purpose, this particular blockchain network also started following the ISO 222 standards. And EDRA is another enterprise grade public ledger. They pledged that they are going to follow ISO standard. And then the Quant, that's another blockchain network. So they are going to follow for their transactions, sending money and receiving money between their networks. So they are also planning to follow the ISO 222 standard. And then finally, Cardano, that's another frame of blockchain network. It's very popular in Africa, in Asian countries. So this particular network is also started going to follow the ISO 222 standards for their transactions. These are all some of the tokens they committed to follow ISO 222 standards. And in the near future, more and more blockchains will follow this standard. And what is the future for ISO 200? See, since the standard is very recent, there are a lot of work needs to be done, and there will be changes in there due to implementation issues within the crypto world. So one way or the other, entire traditional industries are following or they already started implementing these standards. So there will be more and more adoption will happen in the crypto community because they don't want to be left behind. They want to integrate with the traditional financial systems. One thing is they get more appreciation from their customers that it is being they are also following the standards, and also for the legal requirements, crypto community, crypto blockchain network will start following these standards. So, and you can expect more tokens, either existing tokens or the new tokens within the crypto world will start following this. And yes, of course, there will be implementation issues and there might be some changes. Some crypto blockchain networks may not fully follow the ISO 222 standards, but eventually they will completely follow the entire ISO 222 standards so that they can able to send their money from their blockchain to traditional systems and receive money from the traditional blockchain to their blockchain by following the global standards. So that's all I want to talk in this presentation. If you have any questions or comments, please send us an email or post a comment. We'll be happy to help you. And if you want to know more about how these various tokens that are being monitored, that are being minted in Ethereum blockchain to know, you can go to our website, analytickit.com, and learn more about our Analytickit platform. We have a Analytickit SaaS platform that you can use it to track these various coins that are currently in Ethereum blockchain. For that, go to dpa.analytic.com and you can register yourself and start using the systems. And please help us grow this channel by subscribing to this YouTube. And also you can follow us on Twitter by going through this link below. Thank you. Appreciate your time. Bye.